Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll
Yes,
start. I'll start.
yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, good afternoon, students, and hope you are enjoying or not enjoying the COVID lockdown. I don't know, but certainly I'm not enjoying. That is why I have chosen this topic deliberately, because it is a disaster. Because in principles of management, let me digress a little bit. Obviously it is a disaster for health, disaster for mind, disaster for hearts. There are lots of broken hearts also. So I have confined myself to disaster management, deliberately choosing this topic, seeing the environment in and around us. But when we try to talk of disaster, it is very wrong to say that disaster is only catering to environment. It is wrong. Earthquakes, volcanoes, that comes under environmental science or environmental studies. But when it comes to principles of management, in management also, in companies also, there are lots of disasters, which either it can be deliberately done, it can be a human disaster, it can be an individual disaster, it can be community disaster, it can be employee disaster, whatever. But the fact is, there are ample and parameters of, layers and layers of disasters into explanation. Now, what is actually disaster? Now, let us not look at management. First, try to get to know what actually disaster means. It is basically, it measures their means when there is a disaster, there is something which also gets associated with it. What is the association which gets associated with disaster? It gets directly given a platform for preparedness. I must be prepared. Suppose if I'm opening a small tea shop where there are 3 to 4 tea shops already there, so I must do a SWOT analysis on myself whether my tea shop is really going to run or it's not going to run, because I'm entering into a disaster zone where my tea will not sell in that area. It cannot sell. So for that, I have to prepare myself regarding the disaster which can happen either other tea stalls, or I will step into a disaster zone if I am not doing SWOT analysis of that area of the same 4 to 5 tea stalls that are already there. So it should have the disaster have something which is called preparedness. And what is this preparedness? We have to fight disasters effectively and ensuring the safety, whether it is for individual, whether it is for community, or whether it is for all. These are,
Excuse me,
we
ma'am.
have to fight for the disaster. Yes.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear, ma'am.
Now, clear now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So now let us go to the first slide. Now, all I say the disaster. Now let's.
Hello. Hello, ma'am.
लगता है मैम का कनेक्शन थोड़ा वीक है इसके
Yeah, I'm checking it.
नेटवर्क
Okay.
प्रॉब्लम
Okay, I'm checking it.
सर एक क्वेश्चन पूछो सर
One minute. Just have a hold.
Hello.
हेलो मैम, आप नेटवर्क एरिया के पास? हाँ मैम, आपकी आवाज।
Yes, ma'am.
Can I start?
नहीं मैम, आपकी आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही है, आप प्लीज कोई
Am I audible?
नो मैम।
Yes, ma'am.
हेलो।
Okay. So it is environmental law. It is absolutely an environmental law where even human beings can be affected with this disaster, and we are getting affected. So it is, whether it is a biological disaster, whether it is a nation disaster, whether it is a lab disaster, we really don't. But we cannot deny the fact that there is a disaster which is going on with so many people dying. Let's go to the slide. Economic or environmental loss which exceeds the ability of affected community or society to cope using its own resources. Now, we really don't know. It is still on the research bed. It's still on the research bed that whether this COVID-19 is a biological disaster, whether they are really viruses which are affecting human beings. It's still on the natal stage. Research is going on, and the world is going to really find out why this is called a disaster, because the entire economy has been affected, material, human lives, and environmental loss. Even the environment is also going to be affected. So it's a disaster. Whether it is natural, I would not say. I would go one step ahead. It is not natural disaster. It is something unnatural, which we could not believe, where it also happened in 1920, around 1920. The fact is, there was a Spanish flu. So that was also a man-made disaster. And many lakhs of people in Spanish flu. So that was a disaster. Now, come to the types of disaster. Is it visible? Students, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Okay. Now look at the types of disaster. I think
Ma'am,
Please excuse me.
your voice is not audible, ma'am. Hello. Yes, ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Hello. Is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us go to the next type of disaster, which is called technological. Now, technological disaster means chemical release. Just now, I told you. If it is not chemical release, then certainly it's a biological release of this COVID-19. Power outrages, natural gas explosions. See, these are technological, when people died even out of gas explosions. It is not that people wanted to create a disaster, but exploded. And there are ample amount of examples which can be cited here. You must Google search and find out what actually happened in Bhopal gas tragedy.
Bhopal gas tragedy, ma'am.
Yes. So that was what? That was basically a technological disaster. There was a leakage. Nobody wanted to. Anderson, absolutely, he didn't want the people to die until unless it was deliberately done. But the fact is, we cannot deny the fact that there was a technological disaster. Next, it is easy. Man-made. Terror, attacks, race riots, mass shootings, etc. Now, if you take it into the, these are all very common man-made. Terrorism, racial riots, mass shootings. See, these are all man-made. But then you cannot deny that if a company is facing a disaster, it is also man-made. Why? Because employees are working in the company. They are unforeseen forces which are working against the company. They don't perceive it. They are not prepared for it. And ultimately what happens? The company goes through a loss. So again, you see, it is man-made. Why it is man-made in a company? Because the company has failed to visualize what is coming to them, whether now in the present form or whether it is in the future. Therefore, it is man-made again as far as companies are concerned. Next. Is it visible? Is it visible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. It is. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So now let us go to what is disaster management. I told you what disaster management is all about, but since let us go by the slide now. It can be defined as organization. Now, that's what I told you. Organization can have disasters. It has got nothing to do with environmental disasters only. It can be organization also of resources and responsibilities of dealing with all humanitarian aspects of emergencies in particular. Now, suppose I'll give you one example. Now, in Jamshedpur, there was, there is still a blast furnace in Tisco. Many years before, there was a blast, and later on, when there was an inquiry, it was found out that a person just slept at night without even knowing, because he was so exhausted after working for 10 hours, he slept. In fact, he overslept, allowing the blast to explode, the furnace to explode. So therefore, one individual person, because of his negligence, had made this disaster into an enormous, loss for people's life. 22 people lost their lives. Now, this is exactly what happens when we are not prepared to take on disasters. And when we are trying to talk of these, preparedness, remember one thing in principles of management, this preparedness is synonymous to SWOT. I hope you know what SWOT is. Students, do you know what SWOT is? What is SWOT?
Ma'am, a special team of police officers, maybe?
No, how can that come in principles of management? That is SWOT.
No idea, ma'am.
SWOT. It's an American. It's American. It's an American police management system. Trainers. They are all
Yes, special commandos for a
security.
special.
Yes, special command. Yes. So it has got nothing to do with. It has got nothing to do with SWOT. That is called SWOT. But
Okay, ma'am.
here I am trying to talk of SWAT. SWAT. Strength, weaknesses. And you see, later on, anticipation of threats. A is what? Anticipating. You are preparing that there is going to be a threat to my company, because my company is also competing equally well with other big companies. So in that case, I am doing a SWOT analysis for my company where I know the strengths. But see, if I know my strength, I have also got to know my weaknesses, because only through these weaknesses, the gaps, the gray areas, the snakes of disasters are going to step in. And when these snakes of disasters are going to step in, it is automatically going to hamper my organization. Therefore, this is a requirement for each and every companies, because I have got to do the SWOT, and if I am anticipating the threats, I must be prepared that if there is a threat tomorrow, I must have a backup. See, for example, I'll give you an example. Now in flats, there is only one generator. Suppose the generator stops working and there's a load shedding for about 10 to 12 hours. The generator is only going to give only up to backup for about 8 hours. Then what do I do for 4 hours? So should I stay in darkness? Therefore, many of the bigger companies, many of the hospitals, so the operations are going on. The generator, if the hospital has only one generator, what is going to happen? Operation is on. Patient to plan. So what am I going to do as in medical department? I always should have at least 2 generators for a backup. Now, this is what is called, I can see the threats, I anticipate the threat, there can be a power shut. Therefore, I have not 1 generators, but I have 1 generator, or I've kept 2 more generators to give me a backup for this crisis. Therefore, the preparedness is. Now come to the last sentence of that same slide. Disasters are the consequences of natural or human hazards. This is very, very easy. I don't think you need to be explained on this. Consequences means, what are the consequences? After effects. Naturally, if something happens, we can't do. If there's a volcano, if there's a fire in the building which has gone up, but I have a backup, I can water. There are emergency watersheds. It can anticipate the heat. Automatically, the watersheds plaster with water, sprays with water. So the employees are safe. But human hazards, if natural disasters can consume up human beings, and when the natural disasters takes up the human beings, it is a human hazard. Now let me give you another example. In 9/11 attack, there were twin towers which were bombed. Now what is that? It was not a natural disaster. What was that? It was a consequence of 3 people trying to explode the twin towers. What was the human hazard then? According to American Journal, 4,000 people died, which is wrong data. Because if it's a 120 floor plus 120 floor, 250 floors cannot have 4,000 people, because in one floor there are at least 1,500 people who were working. So that was a human hazard. I don't know why, what stopped the media people to hide the data, but it was a data. Now, we have a human disaster which was deliberately caused, and the consequence were the human hazards, people died. Now, let's go to the next slide. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, your voice is not clear, ma'am.
Ma'am, again you are not audible.
Hello?
मैम हेलो मैम, आपकी आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही है. मैम कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा मैम.
अभी क्या है, थोड़ा पीछे आवाज तो
मैम
मैम कुछ भी क्लियर नहीं है.
मैम आप जिस रूम पे हैं उस रूम से बाहर निकल के थोड़ा बाहर आके देखिए, शायद टावर पकड़ ले तो फिर आवाज क्लियर आ जाएगी.
अभी आ रही है क्या?
जी मैम, जी मैम.
हेलो? नहीं, अभी हम वो अपना ईयरफोन को हटा दिए हैं. हम अपना ईयरफोन को हटा दिए हैं, दैट इज व्हाई आई एम स्पीकिंग डायरेक्टली.
ओके.
यस मैम, अभी क्लियर है.
Okay. So, features. What are the features of disaster management? The first thing, these were already taught to you earlier. So the fact is planning. Now, when I have said about planning means I am prepared for the worst which is supposed to come. So that is planning. Now, second, command and leadership. Now, see, in a ship, what happens? The captain takes the command of the ship. Similarly, in a company, there is a CEO. Now, when there is a CEO, he is supposed to see that his organization functions and functions well. So for that, what happens? The CEO is also going to see that his SWOT has been done by his middle level, high level managers, and he gives a report to the CEO that these are the things which we need to be very, very cautious about. So that needs a command, and the commandant wants, or rather, I would go one step ahead and saying that he demands that all the SWOT analysis should be followed in toto when the company starts working. So he has to take the lead. It's not that for each and every problem that we go to the commandant and say, sir, ye nahi ho raha hai, wo nahi ho raha hai. It's not about that. It's about who is the commandant, who is the CEO, and any sort of a problem is a mutual understanding between the command and the employees at a large. Let's go to the third one. Am I audible now? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
next comes next comes training. Now see, I have to train myself as an employee, not having two major aspects in my mind. One, I should be trained enough to accept criticism. I should be trained to accept what my command is saying, what I'm commanded of. So I should be very well trained enough to see that when my commandant or the CEO is saying that you need to rectify these parameters of organizational work, I need to be cautious. And when I'm cautious, I am enough trained to see that whatever I do, I will be doing for my company where I am competing with other competent companies. So here I need a special training, because see, when you get an appointment of any company, remember, they don't know you. They don't know personally. They don't know you personally. So you have to take an under training for 3 months or 4 months. The company is going to grill you up, is going to train you up in order to see how well you adjust with those companies in hand, so that you are also trained about the SWOT analysis. So that comes under the part of training. Next comes evacuation. What is evacuation plans? See, if a company feels that Mr. C or Mr. D or Mr. L or Mr. M is giving us some kind of a hazardous feeling, he is having a negative aspect, these four people can create a havoc in the company. So what he does is, the CEO already plans himself internally, having a conference with others, having taken confidence from his senior level managers to keep a watch against these four people who can in future evacuate, who can create some kind of a ruckus in the company. So within a team, they are already aware that this four people has to be evacuated, has to be given a pink slip before it is too late. There were n number of cases in companies, where employees have been given pink slip because they were secretly giving personal data of a company to another competent company. Later on, it was found out why the company is having such a lot of hazards, or such a lot of non-implementation of policies that they had earlier planned. Then finally it was found out that the data was leaked from the employee themselves, some of them. So evacuation is a process of mentally preparing oneself to throw or to give a pink slip to an employee, evacuate that employee from the company so that the company does not have a disaster amongst the other competent companies. Now go to collaboration. Now collaboration can be more dangerous if it is not a good collaboration. Collaboration can also have lots of, it can go for a feature of different types of disaster. Now, if you see into the world scenario, I'll give you a very live example. Now, with this COVID-19 cases, many of the foreign, companies or the medical staff, the medical department, they are denying the PPEs sent by China. Initially, they had collaborated. Italy had initially collaborated in many schemes with China. But what happened? Italy got the worst hit of COVID-19 with 40,000 deaths. America, they were collaborating through WHO in many kinds of schemes, whether it is medical, whether it is defense, whether it is economical hubs, whether they are big companies working in bases in between America and China. Now stands a disaster. It is a disaster even in collaboration. So now go to communications. Now, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay.
You are audible, ma'am.
Next comes to communications. Now, in communications, what happens, say, for example, in a company, there are 4 people working under the senior level manager. The senior level manager knows that the 4 people who are working under him, out of 4 people, 4 employees, one is little, block-headed. So either he has 2 options. Either he evacuates him before something hazardous happens, or he is going to give him a warning. So he communicates through writing that if you do not follow these kind of principles which you have been following for the last 4 or 5 days, you are being watched. So if you do not collaborate, do not communicate properly with us, the team ends there. Therefore, when the communication goes down the drain, automatically the team collapses. When the team collapses, the organization collapses. So again, it becomes one of the greatest feature of a disaster management in a company. Now come to the exercises. Now, what are these exercises? Exercises means not bodily exercises. These are exercises of the rules, the principles that are followed within certain companies. If the exercises is of a company to come at 10 o'clock and work up to 10 o'clock at night, the company very well in advance knows that if I'm working from 10 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, I am going to meet the targets proposed to me, given to me, and to voucher for those proposals where I can compete with my successors, or I can compete with my compatriots. Therefore, exercise means I am going to deliberately exercise the rules and the principles of the companies which have been given to me before I joined the company. So this is a part and parcel of exercise. Nobody would like to tell you, the CEO will never tell you that, oh my God, Mr. A, Mr. B, you are supposed to come at 10, but it's already 10:30. It becomes your part of an exercise to be disciplined. So discipline comes under these kind of exercises where, now in the same case of technology, blast furnace people, as I gave you the example, for just kind of a slipshot slippage, 22 people lost their lives. So that was not an exercise which was duly wanted by the man who perhaps overslept. Okay. Now go to the next slide. Can you see the diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Look at the diagram very, very carefully. First look at the diagram. I will explain. But first look at the diagram very, very carefully. First look at it as disaster management cycle. It's a cycle. There is no end to it. If it starts, it will continue and continue. So therefore it becomes a cycle. Now look at the first one. Look at the purple one. What is mitigation? Look at the first one, mitigation. Mitigation means I am not only prepared for a disaster, but I'm very well collaborating with my colleagues as to not meet with the disaster. So I start communicating with 1 to 1, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, and it goes on and on and on till the entire team becomes very, very authentic in trying to exercise the rules and norms of that particular company. Next, see the blue slide. It is blue. It is preparation. Yes. I think I have explained to you enough regarding preparation. Preparation means what? You are prepared for the major crisis which might come to you. I think I gave you 2 examples. I gave you 2 examples. Preparation, the hospital is prepared with a backup with 2 to 3 generators. I am prepared in my building. I am prepared. There is continuous, power cuts. So instead of having 1 generator, I have a second backup. If there is a water crisis, we might face water crisis. What happens? I have not 1 single pump. I have a double pump. I have a dual pump. Therefore, I am prepared. Next comes a response. Response and a recovery, they go hand in hand. Now, why they go hand in hand, I'll explain, but try to, get this idea that why recovery and response. See, a person is continually telling you that, see, we might face power crisis within 2 hours. So we need to have a backup. We need to have a backup. The person doesn't listen to you. Are nahi, ho jayega yaar. Ho jayega. It'll be there. Don't worry. What happens is your recovery time, if really there's a power cut, the recovery will take larger time. Therefore, creating what? Therefore, creating another hazard, which is a man-made, which can be man-made, which can be team-made, which can be in toto. Therefore, these 2 always goes hand in hand, recovery as well as response. If a person is not responding, see, response is the color is red. I am telling this person, this can happen, but ultimately he doesn't pay any heed to you. Therefore, the response goes wrong. And when the response goes wrong, there is a disaster which is going to absolutely set in. Now, come to a purple small area where you can see, can you visualize reconstruction? Can you see, students? Can you see? Can you see reconstruction site?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am,
See the diagram properly. See the diagram properly.
features of
Yes,
disaster
ma'am. Yes,
management.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can you see reconstruction?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, from restoration. So now see, emergency, restoration, and reconstruction. Now, these three will go always hand in hand. First, look at what is emergency. In an emergency situation, what happens? When the light goes, it takes about 2 to 3 minutes for the generator to be on. So the power has been restored, right? After it has been restored, what happens? It gets automatically reconstructed. Reconstructed means what? I am adapted to continue again. Once there is a power cut, it takes about 2 to 3 minutes. It gets restored back, and after it gets restored back, there is a reconstruction of the same program where we have started. So these are small examples. Now, from reconstruction, you go to capacity building. Now, what is this capacity building? Now, a company has got the capacity to take 20 people at a time for 3 months. The company takes 20 people, it capsizes the workforce, work goes on, and the capacity building has been completed. But capacity building does not mean that I will be satisfied only. Somebody is shouting behind. Please ask them not to. So capacity, in my own capacity, I have got the right to take 20 people. But if I see that my company is surging much faster with these 20, there is automatically a greed which is going to set in me to take 25 people. So what am I doing? I'm enlarging the capacity. I'm enlarging the capacity for my own company. I become little selfish. I go one step beyond and I take 5 more people for future, for future reconstructing my company in such a way so as to compete with others. Therefore, disaster cannot be there because I have already prepared myself to take on 5 people without giving much load to my company. Now come to pre-impact. What is this pre-impact? Any idea? Can you see pre-impact?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is pre-impact? Now, impact is something, which is ought to happen. मानो अगर दो ताली दो हाथ से हम दोनों को प्रेशर डाल दिए तो क्या होगा? मेरा हाथ में तो लाल हो जाएगा. It's going to become red. If I hit someone, if I hit my head on the wall, what is going to be the impact of that hitting? I'm going to hurt my head. Now, in company, when it is explained, it is pre-impact. Pre-impact means I am already visualizing the threat which is ought to happen after 3 days. I'm assuming that it can come, it may not come, but it will come. Now, what is this? I will again give you an example. In this COVID-19 cases, there are many companies who are almost on the verge, particularly in America, it has already started. The impact factor of job parameters are slowing down. People are standing in long queues, filling forms from one company to another company because many Americans have lost their jobs. So it's an impact theory. Where did this impact theory come from? It has come from the virus. There are economic slowdown. It is again an impact. But there was no pre-decisive factor as to these impactness. People never even preempted that this kind of a thing is ever going to become a disaster, and ultimately it is going to hit the companies at large. Maybe very soon, India is also going to go through the same phase of impacted, getting economical backlash. Therefore, disaster management becomes a cycle. Is it clear? Why disaster management becomes a cycle? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's go to disaster management in an organization. Disaster management is a form of strategic planning to help businesses prepare for, respond, and it aims what? To help organizations manage all stages of disaster, including prevention, preparation, response, and recovery. This is nothing. See what this slide says. It is just an explanation of the diagram just before the slide. Why? Situations. It's a cycle. First thing, disaster is a cycle. Once the cycle starts, there is no end to it. In fact, there cannot be an end to it until unless there are proper strategies, there are proper plannings to stop these disasters from ever even happening. One is man-made, the other is natural, third is unnatural, and above all, it can also be individual. So therefore, it is a cycle. It cannot be catering only to one part of a platform that I can say that no, this is a disaster which I already emptied with. No, if the cycle, it has started, it will start and it will continue to be a disaster until and unless we give a befitting reply in response for what has started. Therefore, disaster in an organization can hamper in any parts, in any, whether it is a small organization, whether it's a small business, whether it's a mediocre business, or even in fact a larger business, one-to-one, or one nation to another nation, or the entire world as a whole. Okay. Look at the types of disaster. Cash flow. Just now I gave you an example. Once the impact of COVID has started, you see it is going to affect economic deal. Second, personally injury lawsuits. This is the dangerous aspect of one of the major aspect of organizations. Employee is not happy. So what he will do to put a question mark to the organization which has really made him dissatisfied, he is going to file a lawsuit. Once he goes for filing up a lawsuit, the organization gets a blame. Papers are full of bad concepts of the organization, hampering the disaster. Now here I want to give you another example. I don't know how many of you, we all eat Maggi, right? Maggi pasand hai na sabko?
Yes, ma'am.
Now Maggi is by Nestle, right?
Yes, ma'am.
1.5 साल पहले,
Ma'am.
yes, 1.5 साल पहले, there was a
Yes,
case
ma'am.
that saying that Nestle company is using all kinds of bad ingredients of scaled maida or flour,
Good.
and even insects are coming out. Now see, people stopped. What happened? It was a disaster for Nestle. Nothing of that sort had actually happened. Nothing. It was a revengeful disaster by a person going for a lawsuit against Nestle. So it was a injury to Nestle. Intellectual property. This could be something as simple in your blog when you didn't have permission for it. Now, this is very, very dangerous. Now, Facebooks, not everything is right with the Facebook, right? One can hack your Facebook account and can give you ample kind of disaster as an individual, leave alone company to company. So this can become an immoral disaster and intellectual property lawsuits. Therefore, in technology also, we are entering into a different volcano of disaster. Types of disaster continuation. Natural, I think I gave enough examples of natural disaster. Fraud. I think I also told you leaking the data. So that also becomes a fraud. I have 20% of my share, but in my company, I show that I am competing with other competition. So I have 80% of the share, which is absolutely a fraud. It's not right. Scandals. I don't think I need to tell you what scandals are. A scandal could hurt you. तुम्हारा Facebook में account है, कोई hack कर लिया, and spreads canards that this person is a very evil person. So it's a scandal which he is trying to create. But now, see, technology also, to stop this disaster, what is happening, they are also going for reality check. So once they are going for reality check, what is happening is they are prepared for all these things. Once your Facebook account has been hacked, you can block it. So your scandal, somebody, if somebody is trying to spread scandal against you, you can stop it, you can block it, so that you are safe, and you can also report to the group admin in IT. So a scandal has been stopped. A disaster for your character analysis can be stopped. Now, last, what is disaster planning? Look at the diagram. Is it visible? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, visible.
First comes disaster planning. You can see it's in the middle. Yes. Now, first, look at the right one, risk analysis. You have already done the SWOT. You are ready to take the risk. Therefore, you are in command of your organization. Recovering strategies. If you have failed in your strategy to protect some kind of disasters, you have recovered. So that's a planning. For recovery, you need a plan. Build doctor plans. See, doctor plans is nothing except that you are taking a measure. Prevention is better than cure. You know something that if I want to prevent COVID, what is the cure? What is the prevention? I need to keep a social distance. I need to wear a mask. So there, they are building, obviously, doctor plans for also my organizations. I have to keep in tires how to stop disasters from affecting my organization. Test and validate DR plans. That means what? Now these DR plans is not doctor plans. These are decisive regulations. Validate. If I have the plans, I must totally believe in those plans to be operational. If I believe in something, and if I believe it with confidence, I am going to implement that with full force. So therefore, I take a decision of recovery that if certainly if these things are going to happen, I am going to give my employees salary. Maybe I'm going to give little less, but then my decisive factor, my recovery plan is, if there is a disaster, if my employees leave my organization will be harmed. So to retain them, what I do, I give a decisive recovery factor that no matter we are sailing on the same boat, hum do roti kam kha lenge, but hum khayenge jarur. So this is what is called test and validation of plans. Come to the established plan maintenance and audit update. Now audit is obviously something to do with, monetary. If financially I'm weak, obviously I cannot hail my organization. So my audit papers must be ready. In fact, if somebody challenges my audit questions, audit files, I can revert back doubly, giving them the answers of each and every auditable questions that have been asked. Establishing plan maintenance. If I have a maintaining, a factory, I must pre-plan myself to establish, to keep a backup for the plans that I've already established for myself, for my company. Therefore, I need to regenerate my plans so as to establish those implementation of plans into a constructive form. Data gathering, I already told you. Launching a project through data gathering. See, from launching a project, I must have the clear-cut data. Agar mere paas data hi nahi hai, see how the world people trying to collect the data of the COVID patients who have died. They have the project, they have the software, they have the minimal people, COVID warriors, who are giving them the clear-cut data that this is where the disaster is happening. These are the places which we can define into green zone, orange zone, or red zone. And how am I doing it? I'm doing it by collecting not only the raw data,
Hello.
but I'm also collecting data in totally. And last,
मैडम का
business impact analysis. What is the impact of my analysis? Once I am a successful analyst, obviously my business impact is going to be
मम्मी बोल के बंद
successful. So is it clear, the disaster planning diagram? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ,
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Disaster planning is clear.
एक मिनट
Okay, okay. So डॉक्टर शुक्ला जी,
Ma'am,
और क्या
yes, ma'am.
टाइम है ना?
नहीं मैम हो गया आप वो आप एक्सटेंड कर गए मैम टाइम से
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
ठीक है, कोई इशू नहीं है. So I'll quit. हाँ.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, I am ending the meeting, okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay, ma'am.